Today's horoscope from Astrocademy, Aquarius June 18, 2022. Your ability to focus benefits you today. It's an excellent time to improve personal and physical pursuits that increase your sense of well-being. Making lifestyle changes can figure strongly, and it feels great to have a mission. Today can be good for releasing pent-up troubles if you've recently felt impatient or frustrated with communications, daily life, or mechanical things. You may be thinking quite intently about unresolved issues, and now you have the motivation to find solutions. Revealing conversations can occur, or you learn something that opens your mind, and it's an empowering perspective. You might recognize that communicating honestly now can lead to healing, growth, and improvement. You are in no mood to keep things status quo if they're holding you back from enjoying life and going after what you want. Still, as the day advances, a Sun-Saturn trine helps you accept your responsibilities, and you're likely to enjoy the feeling of accomplishment that comes as you fulfill them. It can bring refreshing clarity to your life, reducing pressure all around. This is a good time to visit online galleries and art exhibitions, or perhaps rent a fabulous movie with that special person. The day's planetary configuration brings all kinds of creative opportunities to the day. People from your past may also figure prominently and contribute significantly to the day's enjoyment. It is a time to do things together that inspire you and your plans for the future. Today is one in which the whole world of imagination and fantasy is important. The day's planetary configuration indicates that you have access to the world of powerful images. How you use these is up to you. Positive images can get your love life off to a whole new start, and negative ones can make things worse. How are your thoughts making things better or worse between you? The last few days have been challenging for you, with a lot of ups and downs. Today should make a nice change, as things will be flowing more smoothly and people around you will be in a calmer mood. Your own energy could be high, and you will be in the mood to socialize after work in the evening. Don't stay at home moping. You'll enjoy chatting and hanging out with pals. Take advantage of today to think deeply on the following question. Which is better, to have professional ambitions that help you climb the social ladder but result in an unsatisfactory personal life, or a rich private life but an unsuccessful professional one? It is likely that you want both. This is a problem because you have a tendency to oppose these two domains. Choose a direction and stick to it. Don't expect any comfort from your family right now. The many little annoyances you're confronted with won't make you feel better anyway. Take a positive, laid-back attitude. If you stubbornly stick to your views, conflicts will escalate and your mistakes won't be so quickly forgiven. If you are willing to compromise, everything will be fine. You're like a mad inventor as you discover all sorts of crazy new ways to spruce up your life. Look for a kindred spirit who wants to share your space. One way to alleviate the stress you might feel is to approach life in a more playful way and try to brighten up your situation, but don't expect to receive too much credit for your efforts. Instead, whatever you do, you're scrutinized, your motives examined, and you find yourself having to defend all your actions. Today you should be able to focus on some of the goals you have been wanting to reach for some time now. The planetary aspect heightens your awareness and makes it easier for you to be clear about what it is that you want to achieve. Each goal you set for yourself takes earnestness, energy, and passion to be reached. If you can make the time for writing your goals down on paper, you can come back over and again to visualize what you have set yourself up to reach. This could be the first step toward success. If you've been thinking of starting or adding to your family, your plans can be more clearly defined on this day. You probably have a fairly set idea of what you want in your life when it comes to a partner and family. And if it hasn't happened as quickly as you wanted, you may feel frustrated or worried. Take heart, as many people discover their ideal situation later than they had planned. If you have a partner, take the time to talk over your desires, as communication will also be enhanced today. Having the moon in Aquarius as the sun moves into his final days in a fun, playful, romantic and creatively charged part of your chart is not only creating a lot of positive energy but is helping to restore harmony to the heavens. Just as the Sun is separating from a friendly aspect to Saturn, something that can be personally empowering, after clashing as a full moon earlier in the week, the Sun and Moon are back in harmony. As Saturn, in retrograde motion, holds the doors open to the past and second chances, the solar spotlight is shining on matters of the heart and all things fun, playful, romantic, and creative. As the stars continue to align on the romantic front and with the Sun and Moon back in harmony, there is a renewed sense of confidence. But this is just a stepping stone to Venus, the planet of love's return to your romantic sector next week. The solar spotlight is already shining on matters of the heart, but it is Venus' return next week that will begin what can be the most romantically charged weeks of the year. Our eyes in the sky. With the Moon in spontaneous, expansive, and adventurous Aquarius, you're ready to stay out all night and party the hours away, but deep down somewhere you know that operating in non-stop entertainment mode has to come to an end at some point. And that point should probably be well before dawn if you have anything productive to do in the morning. Right? At the same time, we see a T-square forming between the Moon, Sun, and Neptune in mutable signs, creating adaptability and a drive to submerge yourself in whatever's going on around you. While these can be very positive things, you'll have to be careful not to get too caught up in just going with the flow, bruh. This is classic. If your friends jumped off a bridge, would you jump too? Energy that the universe is throwing your way. Being too flexible and pliable, aka playable, can lead to trouble, especially in combination with the fiery Sag full moon. Your communication skills and mental clarity could take a small hit when the Moon forms an unbalanced aspect to Mercury later in the afternoon. If you've been working hard all day, now would be a good time to take a break and indulge in a healthy snack. As evening falls, you'll likely be in the mood for adventure and socialization. If you can swing it, try to make some plans to meet your best pals for dinner, and be sure to try out a place you've never been to before. In the pre-dawn hours, Mercury in Cancer forms a sextile to Uranus in Taurus, expanding our minds. This transit allows us to have dynamic conversations which broaden our awareness without causing controversy. Discussions may center around concepts of radical care and compassion, or how to foster empathy. We tend to assume that caring for others means to hold space for their comfort, which is not entirely inaccurate. However, there comes a time when comfort becomes coddling, which hinders one's ability to evolve and thrive. It is currently valuable to push others a bit outside of their conceptual comfort zones, and we expect the same treatment in return. In this way, self-discovery becomes the mechanism for engagement in the wider world. After sunup, the Moon sextiles Saturn in Aquarius. While we might typically jump into a new adventure without much forethought under the optimistic Aquarius Moon, Saturn provides patience and aids us in planning an agenda we can be confident in. Resultingly, our enthusiasm for the moment stays intact, but we can also get the logistical basics in order and ensure we have the necessary supplies. Whether we are prepping for a project or a trip, or planning long-term future goals, this transit will get our feet firmly planted on the ground so we can innovate with confidence without losing our critical sense of idealism.